Hey everybody and welcome back to another video. This is How to Invest, Spencer here, and this one is going to be on QuantumScape stock. We're doing another update because this stock's been on fire, up another 16% today. If we look at the 6-month chart, the stock bottomed back in August and has over doubled since then in just under 3 months, which is just phenomenal. So I want to make this video because there has been a couple news articles that I want to get into. If you do follow the channel, I do typically like to go over to Webull for news articles. If you were wondering why I'm switching websites, it's usually just a little bit easier to look at, and because they have less advertisements and it's usually a little bit less clickbaity. They usually have a little bit more opinionated titles and more like ones that want to get an emotional reaction out of people. If we look there, it was they just gave out like all the details. It says, oh, an insider sold over $1.8 million in stock today. And then on the same article on Webull, we go over, it just says insider sell QuantumScape. And then if you want to look at the details, you can, and it's just a little bit more informative and less opinionated and looking for an emotional reaction. But the insider sold 50,000 shares today. About $1.8 million, but this doesn't really bother me at all due to them being a director in the stock. This would actually make me bullish just because the fact that they're being prudent. Now they do have $220 million left in the stock, but if they saw that the stock doubled in 3 months, they should probably take some off the table. And if you guys have a lot of gains, then you might want to take some off the table too. Unless you're of the mindset that you don't want to predict the stock price in the short term, but you want to accumulate as many shares as possible, and you don't want to give up those valued shares that you've bought in at very cheap, then you can wait for more dips to buy in. But if you do want to take some profits, I would definitely suggest that because it has run so far. And in the last video, we did get well, I did say that we could see some slight resistance right around this 39 level, and we did see that today. So that video came out, I think it was Monday or Tuesday, and today we went all the way up to 39. We shot straight up from the morning, and we hit basically a wall, and then we went all the way down. We were struggling to find some buying pressure. We found a little bit into the end of the day, and we just eclipsed this last peak early in the day, but we're still at $39. And I'll go into the technicals why that's a little bit more important, just because we do see a good amount of, well, not good, but we do see some resistance in that 39 level. This isn't actually, it says 37, but if you look over at the high, that is typically where we saw more of the consolidation. At the highs right around 39. I did draw a box here, just trying to draw where this stock could consolidate over a short period of time. And right here would be a good level to draw another line. So right around this 39.70, if we could, I had it straight. If we continue to break out through it, we could see some more resistance at this 50 level. But if we do break the 39, we could break all the way up to 50 very quickly and have another 15% gain like we've seen very recently. The other article that I did want to get into was on Webull again, and it said, did QuantumScape stock find a bottom? This question is just a little late. If we look at the chart, this stock bottomed back in August and has been very, very low since, even back in May, this would be a very good buying opportunity because you've had a almost double since then. If you bought in around $23 right around then. But besides that, let's get into the article. It says shares are trading higher Thursday, likely due to continued momentum on their new building for manufacturing. We got into this on the previous video too, which is why I was running earlier in the week. It ran from, I believe, 30 to 35 or so. But they continue with some bullet points on the stock for the analysis. more technical analysis. What the stock looks to be forming a bottom and possibly getting ready to form what technical traders call a cup pattern. This is like the most basic pattern in trading, and so many people like to over-identify this, and a lot of them are misidentified and tend to be bull traps. But I believe this in the long term, so I'm not really worried about a cup pattern over the short term. In fact, I would rather this stock not be a cup pattern because they tend to be more parabolic, and I would rather a more sustainable stock chart where it just goes up and to the right over time rather than straight up, because there will be better and better buying opportunities if you're bullish on the company, rather than having to sell at the top after it goes parabolic and buy back in, because it can be very timely and you can't always catch the tops and the bottoms of the stock when they trade that quickly. It continues to go on. The stock has been forming higher lows for the past month and is now starting to gain some traction and pushing higher more parabolically. Again, parabolic is not ideal in my opinion for long-term investing. If you're a trader, yeah, it's the best thing that you could ask for. But for a long-term investor such as myself, I mean, I like to see it, but it's not. It doesn't interest me as much as up and to the right. The stock has been I just touched on that one. The stock's been trading above the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. This is very important for traders too. It looks like they just crossed those moving averages here and down here. But a lot of traders won't even touch a stock unless they're trading above these averages, and once they do, they could see big breakouts, because once they break out of the moving averages, a lot of people hop into the stock, causing a lot of buying pressure. So it's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy. The next bullet point is each of these averages may hold potential support. Supports are always arbitrary until, post-analysis, like I'm not looking for a stock to fall, and that's why I don't want parabolic moves, because I don't typically want a stock to fall a great deal percent downward. But obviously if it does, I would be willing to buy back in. The relative strength, RSI, has been pushing higher the past few weeks. You can see the RSI is bottom backed in middle of April too. We could have been buying back in there, right there, right there, right there. These would all be pretty good buying opportunities, and if you continue to buy in and put more and more money, you would have doubled your money on a lot already, rather than doing post-analysis on this. So it says, what's next for QuantumScape stock? Bullish traders are looking for the stock continue to trade above the cup pattern. Bulls are also looking to see the stock be able to hold above the moving averages for sentiments to stay bullish. Higher lows are key for the stock to continue. Bears would like to see the stock fall below the cup pattern, which would signal the stock has stopped making higher lows. Bears are also looking for the stock to fall below the moving averages. So once a stock falls below moving averages, like when it goes up, as it crosses below moving averages, a lot of people just sell out because they say, oh, well, the momentum here is done, and all we do is ride momentum, is typically what a lot of traders do. But what I was thinking on this stock, so currently, what I would do with this stock going forward is, if you do have a great gain, such as a double in 3 months, or have been holding for over a year and have a good amount of gain and didn't take off back here, I would take some gains. I didn't know it was in the drawing, sorry. I would probably take some profits just based off the fact that there could be better opportunities in the market, since it has been a little bit of an uneven recovery since October. There are still a lot of laggards in the market, and there could be some better opportunities. But I could also see the stock easily push straight up to 50 if we break through this 39 wall that I was mentioning earlier. If not, I could see us consolidating through the 30s, and we could put even another line right at 30 if you wanted to. But just because we don't really see any consolidation in the 40 level. It's all just straight movement. But even if it breaks the 50 level very quickly, we could see this stock move back up to 60 and even 100 again, just because this stock does like to get a lot of attention in the media because they're trying to fulfill very, very lofty goals, and it's very, very retail driven. I know when this was initially being pushed, there was one post on Reddit, Instagram, everywhere, anywhere investing related. There was a post with, I think, with Bill Gates' face on it, and it was before the de-SPACing process, and I think it was KCAC, there was a stock prediction that it could go up to, it was like 734, a very arbitrary, like weird number to pick out in over 5 years, and it just got a lot of hype and euphoria, and a lot of people got very hurt if they started investing at these higher levels. But that was just kind of my 2 cents on the update, and like I said earlier, if you do have a very good gain, I probably would take some profits, unless you're a hold on for dear life investor. If you believe that these shares are extremely valuable and you aren't smart enough to predict the stock price in the future, and you just believe that these are going to be worth a lot more in the future because I believe in this company and fulfilling their goals, then I wouldn't sell. But if you have almost any other mindset other than that, I believe that you probably should take at least a little bit of profits. And what I mean by that is maybe 10% of your position. If you want some more cash to load up on other laggards, maybe 25. But I mean, maybe the highest I would go would be 50. But because this stock could continue to run, like I said. But if you made it this far into the video, thank you very much for watching and have a great day.